microphone.
It's not recognized. There it is. How about
There
now?
it
There
is.
Hey, do we have audio now?
I think we have audio now. Whoops.
Let's consult.
There it
Hey,
is.
we got audio. Okay, look at this.
As we say, professionally unprofessional.
Professionally unprofessional.
That's what we are.
Unprofessionally not. Yeah, professionally unprofessional.
But welcome back to Two Geeks.
Two geeks, one
One
mic. It's my brother Eamon.
And my brother Josh.
Aha!
Hey.
Imagine how that works. Slange it to you. Slange it to you. Now that we got everything figured out. See, this is the problem. This is the problem right here. Is we decided to start this after we started this.
The spicy water started flowing early. But
The spicy water.
it's been a hell of a couple weeks, so why not?
It has been.
Why not?
Let's see. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Who knows?
I don't know. Fucking.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, thanks for joining us in the chat. Thanks for being here. Tonight's a really exciting episode.
Oh, it's super exciting.
Tonight's a super exciting episode because we are finishing the old Pauldron. Eamon's shoulder is about to be very, very safe from anything that cannot cut through leather.
Yes. So if you remember last week, I connected these two pieces. As you can see, I now connected the third piece on there, so we have it fully finished.
It's just gonna, oh, dude, that's gonna look so cool.
It looks so great.
You know what I'm wondering too, because like turn your
I love
shoulder
this.
towards the camera. See how we can kind of see up under this lip here.
A little bit.
I think what we should do is you've got that soft black leather. What if we, and then this will also help because look how rough that is. What if we like made a liner?
Yeah.
And like, you know, maybe some glue or something.
Yeah. Well,
that
we're
could be like
talking
a finishing piece.
The liner,
obviously.
or remember we were talking the fur.
The rabbit skin, yeah.
The rabbit skin, if we buy that, and we could literally just put a line in there, cover that up.
So, yeah, that should be good.
This is always a work in progress to be created.
Well, and this is the fun part about making your own, is you can do
Whatever
whatever the
you
hell you want to do.
But anyway, it's going to be a really fun night. So tonight, we've got some pre-made strap pieces ready and all of our hardware to make it actually connect to me where it's not going to go off and everywhere. So I can actually use it as a piece of armor.
It's true.
It's great. So that's what we're going to be working on tonight. Super excited for that.
And what's this cosplay for?
Warders.
Warders from the Wheel of Time?
The Wheel of
The
Time.
mega amazing book series written by Robert Jordan
Yes.
and Brandon Sanderson.
And Brandon Sanderson.
He contributed, man. He was great. He did good.
Still
Let's
haven't
see.
read it.
You need to.
Yeah, they keep saying.
I mean,
I'll just watch the show.
he did watch the show,
I did watch the show. And I love it. I love the
which
show.
is what gave you the pass to be able to do this. Like, because if you didn't watch
Oh,
the
is that
show,
what it is?
I would have gatekept the hell
Yeah.
out of your ass.
You would have cosplay blocked me?
I would have. You'd be like, actually, you can't do that because you are not a real fan.
Cosplay blocked.
Look, let me be clear to you, okay? You're a real fan.
Mm-hmm.
You're a real fan.
I love
You
it.
can love the show. You
So
can
great.
hate the show. You can love the books or think the books are cool, and you just like talking to the people, hanging out with people.
Mm-hmm.
You're a real fan. You don't have anything to prove to anyone about the depth or intensity of your fanness.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone says you're a real fan, just tell them to go bite a wall.
Yep.
In those words, say, Josh from Two
bite
Geeks
a wall.
says to bite a wall. By order of the geeks! So let it be written.
100%.
Okay, so what's show them the pieces. You showed them the hardware. Did you show them the leather strap?
Yeah. So we got our leather
Okay.
straps, a couple pieces. I'll show exactly what we're doing here in a minute. I already pre-dyed and finished them off on the edges because we've shown
That's
that
right.
before. If you want to know how we did that, go back to our earlier videos. We'll show
He
you
who
all
comes
those
with the
little
wine says this will be a very good position for fighting off ROUSs.
I don't believe they exist. Oh wait, that's a rat. No, but we're super excited. So we're going to be doing that. I've got a couple other mini pieces here. We're going to show you how we put these on. If you can, the camera's little.
The camera, put like the hand, do the hand behind it trick.
There we go.
Well, it's still a little out of focus.
Anyway, a little Celtic heart dragon and just a normal little dragon. We'll show you how we put these on. I'm going to try to do a little more decoration as well if we have some time with our little stone pieces we've got. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you want to see our progress up to this point, because
Yes.
obviously there's been several sessions where we've been making some of this stuff. There's been a lot of work that's gone into this. We've made a lot of mistakes with it too, which is what we're doing. We want to make the mistakes. We want to understand what's going on. But if you want to see how this is going, go back to the YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, obviously, and check out the video playlist Cosplays.
Yes.
And that'll have all of these episodes in order, where we've started making this from scratch. Show them, like from literal
This is what we started
piece
with.
of leather, just like this, taking it up to this,
Into this.
and really having no experience, practice, or skill beforehand.
Nope.
So
I've got a little bit of leather working before, but it's literally just me
yeah,
messing around with crap.
This is something. The point of that is to say this is something you can do.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of a money investment. It is a little bit of a time investment. But the point is, we want you to know that this is something you can do should you want to, and we want to show you the whole process so you can see some of the struggles that we go through. So
Exactly.
let's go ahead, and I'll shut up so you can start doing your thing.
Right. So we'll start doing our thing.
I won't actually shut up, but I say I will.
Other camera.
Let's go to the other camera.
Other camera view. Oh, it's our workstation. As Noemi. Yeah, amazing. Let me get my talking juice in.
Yeah.
Okay. My courage talking. Okay, so like I said, we connected all the pieces. As y'all saw before, just little straps in the back. That's all we did. Super easy. I did. If you remember the last time, I talked about how the lip was kind of getting in the way, so I cut notches. I ended up cutting the rest of it off.
Yeah.
So it has that ability to turn. So another mistake we learned. I am never going to make this lip again. But it happened, and we just rolled with it.
He who comes with the wine has complimented your craftsmanship.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Slant it to you.
Slant it to you, sir.
Mm.
All right.
So we've connected that. So what we're going to do today is now connect these straps to it so it'll actually fit around my body and connect. And then I've got a hook and just a simple D-ring that'll come together. That's going to be the actual connecting device in front of my chest. So
I'm like
super
stoked.
stoked.
This is gonna be good.
This is going to be fun. So what do you say this time?
The lips are never the ones that get in the way. It's the teeth you gotta look out for. Speaking from personal experience.
Super
there. That
personal
sounds very,
experience,
very
yeah.
experienced
I
statement.
think he knows exactly what it is. So on the shoulder, what I'm wanting it is going to connect just about here, I'm thinking, in this corner bit. So that's what I'm going to do first, is connect this strap into the corner. That's going to go across my chest. This will be the initial connecting piece. So if we want to make sure, and I already kind of measured out a little bit beforehand, because what this is going to now do is fold over and give me that loop so I can connect
But
this piece in.
okay, so this is where you're gonna put the
Right, the hook.
hook. Okay.
So like that. So it'll sit like this.
That's okay.
Right? Right?
All
I
right,
like it.
all right,
I like
all
it.
right.
So, start with this piece. Obviously, our hole maker, as we have used in the past already. Just pop a little hole in our leather. And you can get these hole makers anywhere. Like I said, I've had this one for years because I used it to connect some saddlebags that weren't quite fitting on my motorcycle. And they were fully leather, so I figured, why not get a leather punch to actually do it?
You know what we should do is once we get our like full leather armor get-ups set up, we should go riding.
In our leather armor. Absolutely.
Let me see your leathers.
That would be amazing.
See your cuts.
Where's my tools? Why'd you move the tools?
I moved the tools because they were blocking my beautiful face.
Trust me, nobody wants to see your face. They want to see the tools.
Oh,
okay?
Well, you're a tool, so.
That's true. It's 100% true. Had many people tell me that.
Not even phased.
Not even phased. Not even close, bro. You have no idea. The things I have been called in my life, especially at work,
Right.
You have no idea.
It's like.
You know what I do, you know what I mean.
If the worst thing I get called is a tool,
Yeah, then I've had a good day.
It's pretty good, actually.
Alright, so we finally got that. Clear.
Clear.
So, and then, again, in this piece, let's do that. They're trying to get it as center as possible, but I'm not perfect. I never will be. Let's face that fact. Boom. A lot easier with that piece. Okay. Then we have all of our rivets that we have used before several times. Just grab.
We're gonna go a hammer warning, so you don't have to hear us
Hammer
pounding
warning.
on the
We
camera
will
or the
remember to
microphone.
actually unmute the mic this time.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe if we think about it. Okay. So pop through.
That's exciting. It looks so good, dude.
I love these things. Pop that through. And the cap just simply clicks on. You'll feel it.
Click.
Click.
And then we want to give it a couple of love taps.
With our
couple of tippy taps.
stamp.
With our little tool.
Our tools. Where is
got a
my
little tool.
stamper? There it is.
And there's the other piece right there.
I got it right here. So that's the
is that
smaller.
not- Oh,
so we
for
have
that.
two of these if you didn't notice.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
For different styles of
Rivets.
tapping
One of them's
rivets.
smaller than
Yeah.
the other.
You can also flip them and just use the flat side if
Hell
you really
yeah.
need to as well. But that's
Alright.
just what we do. Alright. This is actually going to be more difficult than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, because you've got.
I got that leather piece in the way. Didn't think about that. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
Once you get the good line on it, once you get a good beat on it, let me know. Oh shit, that's.
We didn't think about this. Maybe
Here,
connect
get
your
it up on
strap.
this. That'll give you a better foundation.
Connect your strap before.
Yeah, that might be something to consider.
Yeah. Alright, I think I got it.
Alright, hammer,
Ready?
hammer. Okay, we got a solid connection.
I think we are solid. I got a little bent weird. So if you look, it actually bent up a little weird just because it wasn't like flat. But you know what? We're not perfect, so we're gonna be
Solid.
cool with it.
It's got a solid. What's
has
important
a
here is it
solid
has a
connect.
solid connection.
Yes. Which, when I was connecting the rest of these earlier, we actually found one that popped off as we got here today.
Yes.
Because I think I was hammering it. We have a plexiglass here,
Yeah.
and then solid wood here. I was hammering it on the plexiglass, and it was actually bending and not.
We gotta make sure that we're on our little pound. This black pad you can't
Pounding
kind of see it
pad.
very well because we got a lot of tools on it and stuff. But there's a pad right here designed specifically for hammering. It's quite thick,
Mm-hmm.
and it has it's almost rubberized, so it's designed specifically to absorb that shock.
But
Oh,
that
dude, that
actually
looks
worked,
good.
and then
And then it can move.
it is
Still got that
rotating.
flexibility.
It's still got that
Nice.
turning. So
Okay, I'm so
We're
excited.
in.
This is looking so good.
we're in. All right.
Notice also the strap is dyed black already.
Yes.
It did have that
Yeah.
raw leather bit,
USMC leather black.
but that's
what
prep
we
that we
used.
did between shows just to make this part a little bit faster because we've already done
Yeah.
the.
So then all we're gonna do is make a simple loop, line it up, punch a
you
hole.
want to go through both pieces?
It'll go through both pieces, 100%.
All right.
At least get that hole lined up, and then we'll hit it individually,
Oh, that makes sense.
so we know they stack on each other. You know what I mean?
You.
There's a lot, and as you can see, it punched that one. Didn't really punch that one as well, but it gives that indent.
But it gives you a lot. Ooh,
It gives
look
you
at that.
a shot
You so smart.
to hit.
You wicked smart.
This is one thing I've done before. So, cut that one out. Pop that off. There we go. And now we've got two holes that'll line up perfectly with each other. So, take our hook piece, line it through there. This one obviously rotates, so it doesn't matter which way you put. But if you have one that doesn't,
If you have one that's directional, yeah, make sure that
think
you got
about
it
it
on the right
before
direction.
you put it on there, because these go on permanently. Okay. And what I want to do is use one of our little decorative pieces to actually hold this one on instead of
Which
a
is
rivet.
going to be so cool.
Which I think is going to look really good. But obviously, let's make sure we get it on the right way.
Yeah, don't put the decorative side toward your chest so nobody can see it.
Right? So these are actually screw ones. So it's literally just like a mini screw on the back. It's kind of hard to tell. But it's like a mini screw on the back with a flat head cinch.
Oh, did we grab you a flathead?
I don't know if we did or not. But we'll figure it out.
We will, indeed. Here momentarily.
So let's see if this will actually fit in that hole. I didn't even think about the different sizing for this hole. So, the hole I've punched is actually a little too small.
Which is good,
For that.
but
Better that it's small.
it can't be too small.
Right. So we're going to go with the next size up and just see what happens. If I can get this thing to rotate.
Oh, hey, I just broke my tool case. That's cool.
Wait, so that's the one that's down now. And that one. So I have to go all the way around, of course. Why wouldn't I? Okay. So let's repunch this hole, try to make it a little bigger.
Oh, like I heard that. That was satisfying.
Right. Okay. Make it bigger. It's still just a little too small, so we're gonna have to go with the biggest size I got on this thing.
Oh, shit.
I think. Wait, that was the biggest size I have on this thing.
Hit it again. See if you can just like ream it out a little bit.
Yeah, we just got the. Maybe I go a little offset and give it a little bit more.
Ooh, good idea.
There you go.
Try that.
That should work. Okay.
You know, the other thing is, if you can't...
Boom.
Oh, there it is. I was just going to say,
Perfect.
if you can't get it in, I'll bet we could do is we can line it up as best we can, and then screw it and use the power of the screw
To pop
pulling
it the
tight
rest.
to
Oh
pop
yeah,
it
100%.
through.
Yeah.
That might...
Here's the only other question I just thought of.
Oh, is that long enough?
Yeah, that is.
I just
that's
noticed.
a tiny screw, guys, and it is.
Ooh.
It's not gonna reach.
Is it?
It's not even going
damn.
through that whole thickness of leather. So you know what we're gonna have to do?
So we use a regular rivet.
We'll rivet it there, just a little offset from where I've. If we move this up,
Yeah.
rivet that one, and then we'll just screw this into the
Yes.
decorative piece.
Yes.
So what are we learning? These decorative pieces aren't really meant to hold.
Measure your leather
The thickness of the leather
thicknesses
is actually
and
going to matter.
the size of the rivets or decorations that you have.
Yeah.
To make sure that the pieces you buy are going to work for what you want them to do.
Okay. So.
I'll bet if we went back to Tandy, I'll bet they would have a screw like this that's a little bit longer.
Possibly. Yeah. We can definitely go talk to them.
Is
about
this the
that.
same size? Is this one the same size?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm gonna pull this out before I damage it.
Another expensive lesson.
Yes.
Actually, though, I will say these decorative pins weren't that expensive.
No, they weren't.
I mean, they were like less than $20.
Easy. I think they were less than $10.
Yeah, they were not. Like, I was surprised at how affordable they are.
Okay. So we got that hole lined up where we want it.
Rivet go into hole.
Let's punch that the rest of the way out. There it goes. Punching, punching, punching.
Punch, punch, punch.
Oh, that didn't come all the way out. What the hell?
It's out the way.
Thank you.
I have this. That's what I use again.
Clear your workstation.
Yeah, keep it clean. Keep a tidy workstation. That's how you avoid injuries. It's another thing. It's another lesson.
Supposedly.
Things not to do
Supposedly.
from the geeks.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Hole is made. So now you can see I've actually got 3 holes. One for the decorative piece. One for the rest. Josh has a dirty mind as well. If you didn't know already.
I mean,
Alright.
you're the one out here telling everybody you got 3 holes.
But
Just
where are
saying.
they?
I don't know. I don't want to know. On the list of things I want to know, that ain't it.
True.
Ain't nothing there, son.
Popping the last one on. We will rivet this down.
Rivet.
If I remember where all my pieces are.
I didn't move any of those ones. Here's this. And there's that. All right. Okay. Hammer. Bam.
Solid. This is on.
Oh, I love it.
Perfectly. All right.
All right, now get your decoration.
Now
Decoration
we'll
on.
get decoration on there. So pop this there. Don't lose the screw.
Don't lose the screw. Solid advice.
Solid advice. Let's get it started back. And we're just gonna...
Is that going to work for you, or is that too small?
Nope, works perfect.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Make sure that's on there tight, because I don't want it coming off.
I want it tweet
Tweet like a toy guy.
like a twigger.
Okay. I think that's as tight as it's going to go. And now we have, look, there we go.
That's so awesome.
With my little dragon.
I even love how the rivet sits next to the. It almost looks like. It almost looks like like a decoration or like a medal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, like I was awarded.
It looks
or
like something. Yeah, it looks like something
go.
that someone said, "Hey, wear my token as a sign of your
Right.
valor or honor or something like that."
Let's
Look
go
at
back.
that, dude.
Go back to the regular camera so they can see.
Okay, let's go to the big camera here.
So we're gonna go big camera. As you can tell, look there. You
Dude,
go.
that's
the
so
first
cool.
piece. And then I've got my little token there. I like it. This is cool. So this is where it's gonna connect, right here in the front. All right. I've got this longer strap that's gonna go all the way around from here, around under my shoulder, and we're gonna connect it on the back.
Onto the back side.
Back side of this. So let's get to that. So I figured with this one, I didn't. You can go back to the other. So I didn't cut this one down like I did that one. I wanted that one to obviously be shorter because it had that piece on it. But I didn't cut this one down, so I still have a full piece. You can literally just, this is actually a strip I just bought. Full strip, already made.
Yeah.
Pretty thick as well. So always check your thickness when you're working with leather, because obviously when you're riveting and things, that's going to matter.
Once again, lessons learned.
Lessons learned. So, we're going to connect it on the back side. About and around the same spot that we connected this one. That way it goes around evenly.
Going to the back side.
Always to the back side. So, taking
more leather punch. If you notice, like, there's a lot of. I'm noticing, like, there's a certain number of skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's measurements.
Yep.
There's, hole punching and whatnot. And there's, like, rivet, pounding in the rivets and things like that. There's certain skills that I think we've seen you practice a lot throughout this process.
Oh, yeah.
And then there are other skills that are not so well practiced,
Mm-hmm.
which is, for instance, like we talked about in the last episode, where understanding the whole process from beginning to end,
Mm-hmm.
I think is a skill that a lot of people don't have. Like they see it and they go, wow, that I could do that. Like that's something that I think could be easy to be done.
100%.
And it's true, but what we don't know when we say that, what we don't know when the audacity is speaking for us, is that what we do is we have a good idea of a couple of steps,
True.
right? Maybe
100%.
the project is 20 full steps.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got 18 of them figured out. But if you don't have the 18 done in a specific way, you can't finish 19 and 20.
Absolutely.
Perfect example right here is putting in these rivets when the other pieces of leather are in the way.
Yeah. Didn't even think
we
about
can
it.
do it, but it's that much more difficult because we didn't know to measure that out and get a rivet in place beforehand.
Right.
Or maybe we knew that was going to be the case, but we didn't know to expect it when we came to this.
And we had even talked about like having an extended piece of leather off the edge to do this where it wasn't in there, and I didn't end up doing that because I was like, maybe that's gonna look weird. Now I'm like, I should have done that because then it would have had me an easier way to connect this. You know, like I said, that's the whole point of this segment is we make mistakes of this shit.
That's
just as much as everybody else. So I'm gonna tap this rivet in real quick. Well, hold on, it's not lining up.
Yeah, line it up. You gotta line it up.
Gotta line it up. Okay, it must keep slipping off.
So line it up,
and now,
line it up.
I have this base piece, right? This obviously comes with any rivet setter that you're going to get. You don't have to use it, though. It's not a requirement. I can do this just flat on the piece, which I'm going to do because it keeps slipping off that base. But you can do it just flat on, like, this board that we have. So.
All right. Hammer, hammer, hammer.
Hit it.
I love how this camera goes haywire, and this camera's like, "Sup, dude?"
Yeah, did nothing to me. Nothing to me. Like I said, that was just flat on this board that we were talking about earlier. I didn't use the actual setter piece, and honestly, it looks a little better. I'll probably just keep doing that because the setter piece.
You have a little bit of a.
You got that dimple that's going to be there with every rivet I found.
Yeah.
There is a small dimple. It's hard to see on the camera. That's just from the inside piece contracting.
And that may also be something that's an expertise issue.
Maybe. It's possible.
All right, now let's see how this comes around. So that's on the back. So go ahead and set that on your shoulder.
So this is going to sit here.
I'll rip this. And we're going up under the armpit.
Boom.
Oh my God, dude. That's it. Okay, so let me ask this. How does that sit?
That feels fine.
Does it?
Yeah.
Dude, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
I'm even noticing like where the water, like where the dye didn't take because of the wetness issue. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
I think it's looking like.
Like I said, once we get the strap that I'm going to put down here.
I was about to say, I do think
on, and it's going to hold that down.
Yeah.
We've got simple like leather strips that I'll show you here in a minute. They're actually over there. That I'm just going to do like a tie around. Real simple and easy. It's probably actually going to come out and in. I think it'll give it a cool accent.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
So we'll do that. But, so for this piece, what we're going to do is we'll have this.
So what we need to do is put that in there, right?
Slide our piece through. These are simple D-rings. I bought them at Tandy, just like I bought everything else.
Yeah.
See?
That Tandy has not sponsored us, but that is the basically the leather crafting store in our area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
They are a national-wide franchise.
Yeah. So check and see if you got a Tandy's near you.
If you got a Tandy's near you, I highly recommend them. They're really cool. They
check
also
this
do
out.
glasses.
Something a thought that I just had. Put several holes in there. No, this one's just going to be riveted permanently, isn't it?
We're going to have to rivet it permanently.
Yeah.
You could do maybe an adjustment mode.
Yeah,
I see where you're going with that.
You do like a
so
belt.
There
make it
are
like a belt.
Yeah, we could make it like that. There's also the button rivets. So like snap buttons that you would have on your pants or something like a jacket. You can buy those as a rivet thing, set them, and then you've got a snap button. We could possibly do that. This one I am just going to do a straight rivet and hold it though, just because that's what we have available. You know, this is, like we said, with any kind of craft project, there's going to be money involved. I don't have money to buy all the hardware in the world. Eventually, I'll probably have a great big collection of stuff I can use. That's the dream and the goal, to have a whole shop full of stuff.
So the other day, a friend and I were out. We saw this house that was for sale. Mm-hmm. It looked like it was halfway burnt out.
Yeah.
We started like exploring the house because the door was open, and we could tell that people were like renovating. So it's like we didn't like damage anything. Mm-hmm. Don't call the cops. Fuck. Snitch. But one of the things they had was like a separate garage, but it was like a 2-story barn. Oh, and I was like, that's a craft room right there. Yes. That's a craft room.
So actually, without the rivet, is sitting very well right now. I'm actually liking it. It's a little tight. I'll loosen it.
I like it. So what do you want to do? What we want to do? Do you have a marker that we can make a mark on there? Or
we do. I don't know how else it's going to show up on the black. It is a black marker. We have a Sharpie right here.
Well, put it on the back side.
No, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And then we can cut it. That way you know where to cut it. And give yourself enough room to put in a rivet.
Let's mark it like in there.
Right.
Let's do it right there.
Right there.
That'll give me enough room to rivet it and check it. Okay. So that's where we're going to cut. Just pull this back around. Alright, back to the other camera.
And remember, if you like what you're seeing here, make sure to hit the like button, please.
Yes, like,
Goes a long way to support us. And if you want to see progress on future cosplay projects, because we got lots of cosplay projects coming up. We've got another Pauldron. We've got my Pauldron. We've got
Jedi
leather
belts.
chest pieces, Jedi belts. We're even going to be moving away from leather as well. We're going to be doing We're going to be doing some sewing projects. All kinds, guys. This is going to be cosplay projects. Just because we started in sort of the area of leather, that doesn't necessarily mean that's where we're going to be the whole time.
No, 100%.
But we're definitely going to be doing a lot of different projects.
We got some friends and family that do the EV foam. What is that?
Yeah.
EVO foam. We're going to try to look into that. All for our own gratification.
EVA foam and Warbler.
There you go. That's what we call it. Yeah. All right. So I cut a little bit off from our mark just to make sure I had that extra room in case I need it.
Because you can always take some off. You can't always add it back on.
You cannot add leather back on the leather.
You cannot. Once the cut is done.
Human skin is that. This is a skin that doesn't grow back.
Measure twice, cut once.
So let's test that again.
We're about to cut measure. Could you imagine the tragedy if it was not right?
Oh my god. That'd be so mad. But I'd also be like, well, that's what we do. We fucked it up.
Yeah, we'd have to go.
Oh,
it looks good though.
We're good. We are solid.
It really looks good.
We're solid right there. Hold on. Let me adjust this to where it's going to actually sit.
That's so nice, dude.
Okay,
let me go.
There we go. That's actually perfect.
That's sitting pretty nice too. Like here, like scoot over again. Like that's sitting pretty nice too. Look at that, dude. That's awesome.
I'm loving it. And it actually I was honestly worried about this feeling like it's not gonna jump up or anything. It actually feels really tight and solid right here. Like it's not coming off my shoulder.
Hell yeah.
Obviously that bottom piece is still gonna stick up a little bit
we're gonna get that.
But we'll take care of that. But I'm loving it. So I'm thinking the rivet's gonna go right there. So I'm gonna hold that and clip.
Oh
that works
shit!
Perfect.
Oh,
I love it. All right.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
We're gonna pop that hole.
Pop it. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot.
And you can see I still got plenty of leather behind it, just in case. We'll cut it and trim it to make it not too crazy.
Well, I mean, even that, I think you could probably leave it. Maybe, you know what you should do?
We'll look at it.
At least finish the edges on the back piece right here. So that it's nice and rounded. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we can round that off.
Bevel the edges.
Bevel those edges. Yep.
And
honestly, I talked about finishing all the edges of everything with beeswax, and we haven't done that yet. So
we did a leather treatment on the main pieces, didn't we?
On the pieces, I'm talking the edges itself.
Oh,
they say you should use like a beeswax or something and hit it with our spinning tool or sharpening
beveling tool,
finishing tool, and it really helps not only make it look nice, it actually like waterproofs the leather a lot more.
Yes,
so obviously the dye and the finish we put on the outside, which I actually didn't do to the straps, I just thought of it. So we need to do that to the straps.
Good job.
Throw some beeswax on the edges, and it actually helps waterproof it a lot more because the edges don't get that same treatment when you're finishing the.
And you need waterproofing, especially when you're fighting in Helm's Deep and it starts to rain.
Yeah, you know.
And then you hear King Theoden say, "So it begins."
They also never said, Valhalla was going to be a completely sunny climate.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure it rains there. Still.
In fact, if you're training for Ragnarok, it will probably, on purpose, not be fair weather conditions.
Truth. Yep.
Also, fun fact, did you know Freya gets first choice of her warriors?
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. We know I would be the first pick, so.
For every 3 warriors chosen by the Valkyrie, Freya gets one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she gets to pick. For own
I'll be the
personal
first
honor
penis
guard.
in the Valkyrie.
Well, you won't. Not to be join the Valkyrie.
Yeah, I will. 100%.
You want to join the Valkyrie?
Yeah.
They would beat your ass.
That's fun.
Get up on the fucking screen.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. Mommy, sorry.
Mom.
Mommy, sorry. Shit.
This is why.
Gotta love it.
Oh, we love it. We always love it. Alright, so we're gonna pop this rivet in. So,
Okay. Hammer.
I made sure that one. I made sure that one
You
went in.
beat the shit out of that.
That one is on. Alright, so here's the final test. Let's go to the
Alright, here we go.
Here we go. Go to the main camera so they
Okay,
can all
main
watch it.
camera so we can get
Final
good.
test.
Alright, scooch over.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's the
Pop that
final
down.
fit now.
Boom.
Dude!
It is on. It is solid.
You need to grab a sword from behind. Grab a sword and just be like, sup. Oh crap.
Take the long edge sword.
Does it that's what she said. Does it look cooler with the
Does
sword?
it look better with the sword?
Yes.
Do I look
think
better?
I think it does. Yeah, I think you look cooler.
Hit me with your sword. not Harder, mommy.
What? No, this is awesome. Okay.
I love it.
Now there's only 2 things left to do to this pauldron.
Yes.
And it is a complete, awesome, fun cosplay prop / semi-functional piece of leather armor.
100%.
I mean,
We're gonna do the last
yep.
tie on here to keep this piece actually solid
So
to my arm.
it keeps
so
to
it
your
can do
arm.
that. And then a little bit of finishing work.
Yeah.
What do we
So to include like the lining, if we want to put anything decorative
More
that we
decorative
haven't
on it.
had on there.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Sneezes.
Your sneezes and measles.
Yeah. No. So
So let's grab one of the straps and let's finish.
where the straps at? Do you need to
If
get
you
it?
look in the box, there's a whole
I'll
bag
get
of them. We've got lots of boxes and crap everywhere, people. Just so you know, we're very organized people. No, I'm loving how it sits. That actually looks really good. Do you not see them? The little strips. There should be a whole bag of strips. It's definitely in there, dude.
I
Just
seen
saw it.
them somewhere around here.
I literally just saw it in there. It's right there.
This?
Yes. That's
Oh
what I'm
shit.
looking at.
Okay.
Ooh, found it. All right. Again, something simple I bought. A bunch of strips of leather. That's all this is. So, who should we do? A white one?
Well, that would be interesting.
We do a white strip with white leather. White leather. I don't know what animal came off. Maybe a polar bear? Alright.
Polar bear.
Like
yes.
I said, simple strips of leather. So, what we're going to do,
That's absolutely what it came off of. As
pop
a
2
polar
little
bear.
holes in this bottom piece, and we will see how this fits on my arm. Simple tie-on piece. I'm not looking to do anything fancy with that. We could try something else later. Who knows? I'm going to go with my smaller setting, so I don't think I need too big for these to fit through. Couple simple holes. Like I said, if I got this punch hole, I do feel it's a little weird that I have to like rotate it to get the full hole.
It feels.
But I know there are hole punches that we can buy, so maybe we'll buy a
Okay.
couple of those and
Just
test
go
them
back
out.
to the other screen so people can see what you're doing.
Yeah, maybe test them out and see what happens.
Little leather pellet.
A little pellet of leather. Like I said, we're working on what we're going to do with all the scrap pieces and things of that nature. We are going to do some 2 Geeks keychains with that amazing stamp we got last time.
Which we've got it right here.
Right there, the amazing 2 Geeks logo stamp.
Which is awesome. I can't get it into focus.
Snap.
There it is. Two geeks, one mind. Up in your face.
But I've seen other things that you can do with even these little like most people are obviously going to throw like these holes, these little pieces that you're getting out of the holes away. But I've seen things where you can take all these scrap strips like I have here from when I was finishing to the little pieces that you're really not going to make anything out of, and they grind them up and was making them into like leather beads.
Oh.
Yeah, with like resin. So like.
Interesting.
Yeah, some interesting stuff. So apparently that's what they would put them in old coffee grinders and grind up all the leather pieces and then make little beads or things like that out of the scrap leather. So we might look into something like that. So you get 100% of your money's worth out of leather. When you're buying a 200 piece of cowhide, you want to get all your money's worth out of it.
Facts.
So
that's
might look into doing something like that.
That is a thing you want to do. Like, if you're spending a lot of money on something.
Which, I mean, if you're looking to get into leather work, yeah, the tools and things are going to be your first major investment.
Also, it is important to note, we did get, like, a half a cowhide.
Yeah.
Which is literally
piece of leather.
A piece of leather from half of a cow. You do not need to buy such a giant piece.
We did it because why the fuck?
We did it because we're going to be making several leather pieces.
100%. We know we're going to use the entire cow hide. I'll make these holes a little bigger. Actually, make the holes bigger. I'm not even on camera right now.
Leather go in the hole.
I'm not a professional.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a professional, unprofessional.
Yeah, you are. Dude, I can't wait. You're going to be wearing this in, like, one of our, like, Comic-Con or something like that. It's going to be so much fun.
Well, my first hope is at JordanCon.
JordanCon in April. If you are a Wheel of Time fan and have not attended JordanCon,
apparently you're not.
You're missing out because it's Mecca. Like it is. It's like it's Wheel of Time Mecca. You've got to go at least once in your life.
Right.
Happens in April. JordanCon.org. I believe they still have tickets available for this year.
Ooh. All right.
We already got ours.
We already got our tickets, 100%.
And they announced the other day that they have overflow rooms, so you can get a discount on rooms.
Yep, it's all in one location. The hotel and the conference are all the same place.
And you'll never, ever, ever, ever meet a nicer crowd of people.
I've met a few of them, and I love them to death. That actually looks really good.
That's kind of cool. Like that little,
yeah.
Oh my god. You know what we should do? And again, this is more like aesthetic finishing. So we got this white line, right? Put a hole here and a hole here, and run this same line here and here to give it like a uniform.
Yeah.
That might be kind of cool, right?
That might.
I mean, we'll think about it. We'll look at it. Something to chew on.
We're gonna see how this works now, going around. Whoop! I lost it. There it goes. Whoop.
There you go.
That one twisted. Another great thing, that was twisted, and all I did was rotate that, and now it's not twisted. Okay, so I wrap this around. I'm not sure how I want to tie this. That's the thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that, did I? It's kind of hard to tie with one.
I don't. Not only that, but I feel like that's going to just cut into your arm. I don't think that's going to be very
I don't think it's going to cut.
Not cut, but I'm saying that's going to be irritating. Like, the longer you wear that, the more irritated your arm is going to be.
Maybe.
We should...
We're going to have to look into that.
We're going to have to
figure something out. What if we've got this, and then we take like another piece of leather and stick it under the bottom part here? And have some kind of hook system, maybe? If we like actually like dialed in a piece, and then I'll slide my arm through it and kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something of that nature.
Well, you know what you could do is we get like a strap like you've got here, right? Rivet, and then just
around the back.
And then, like I said, you can make that one a little bit more loose, so that you just slide your arm in, pull it up over your shoulder, and then strap that in.
Yeah,
I'll let that work perfect.
This is actually working really well without.
I mean,
even tying it right now.
And this right now, this is proof of concept that all you need here. Go ahead and show. this is proof of concept that all you need is like the minimal.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even tied this. I've literally it's leather. People forget about leather. It doesn't slip.
Yeah.
It doesn't slip at all very well. So all I did was a simple, like the first part of tying your shoe behind this, and it's holding.
And if that's a little bit loose, it gives you the chance to like move your arm around,
Sure.
call it a day.
It's actually way more mobile than I thought it would be. I like it.
Yeah, dude.
It's a fully functioning piece of armor, people.
There it is.
We did it.
There it is. We did it. So there. Okay. So lessons learned along the way. Let's talk about some of the things we learned along the way.
So
we talked about. So we measured the pieces of leather.
Mm-hmm.
We cut them out, and one of the first lessons we learned is that shaping the leather is going to be super, super important.
Oh, 100%.
Right? And the second piece might be better if it's a little bit longer than this piece.
Yes.
Right?
And then also this piece at the bottom, we said if this was wrapped a little bit more this way.
If it was a little wider.
Yeah, coming down here, then it wouldn't be as bad. It does.
So we're going to apply those things to the next pauldron we make.
100%.
And then the forming of the leather.
Yep.
Making sure that it's formed well, but that it's fully dried, or at least the same amount of dried consistently through the piece of leather.
So what we should have done, you saw we used our coveted cups here to try to form that rounded shape. And when we took them out, it still had the moisture on the bottom when I tried to dye it, which is where we got the mismatch of color.
Right.
I probably could hit the top with another coat of dye and it might kind of even out, but it's still never going to look exactly the same at this point.
It'll never.
So pull it out of your mold, whatever you're using, and let it fully dry.
Yeah.
So if we'd given it another couple of days to dry, I'm sure we wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's leather. It has actual skin. Is what you're using. So it has pores, and that's what's holding the water and everything of that nature. But after that drying process, this stuff is hard. Like it's not weak or anything. Is it a fully actual functioning piece of armor? Yeah, maybe. I mean, if I hit it with some more wax or something, maybe we could harden it some more.
I actually do think I'm gonna say it is a fully functioning piece of armor, because when you talk about leather armor, now maybe it's not crafted as well as it was back in the day, obviously.
No, but that guy
we're
had
not
300 years.
We're not Leathermen.
No.
Also, I know there are things like we used regular water to form our leather pieces.
Tap water right out of the sink.
But I happen to know that in order to really get it to be hard, people use salt water.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. So when you have salt water, you've got the salt that's diluted in the water. The salt then soaks and saturates into the leather, and then when you pull it out and allow it to dry, that salt then dries back up again with, and it's such a small scale. Like the spaces that the salt begins to crystallize is so small that it actually forms a pretty solid piece of leather. But in those particular cases, what they would be doing is they'd have their main piece of leather. Here, let me go back to this camera here. They'd have their main piece of leather, right? And then they would put like a panel that was way, way harder right over the top of it. And then a panel here over the top of it. And so what that does is that gives a layer of armor, right? That gives layers. So not only if I come at you with a sword, not only do I have to cut through two pieces of leather, but one of those pieces of leather is hardened,
rock hard,
quite significantly. And as far as this piece goes, I'm super excited. I love how this turned out. I'm gonna go back to this camera so we can kind of show it off. I love how this piece turned out. It's flexible.
Like I said, there's more
mobile.
Aesthetic we can do to it to make it pop.
Yeah.
We're talking about going back and getting the rabbit skin, once we have our paychecks, we all run off money just like everybody else. We are not rich. But like, subscribe, and share so we can maybe monetize.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit the like and subscribe. You need to. You know you want to.
100%.
I will say this too. This piece. Okay, do you remember the Three Musketeers on the BBC?
Yes.
Did you ever watch that TV show? Did you ever watch that TV? You should.
Should.
It was actually pretty good.
It's actually a good one.
One of my favorite pieces is when D'Artagnan finally wins his Musketeer Pauldron.
Yes.
And is made a member of the Musketeers, and then I think it's Aramis and Porthos spend the whole day like just beating the hell out of him. They're like,
yeah, because
that pauldron is too shiny.
Yeah, can't be new looking.
And so we've got the same kind of deal here. Like as you wear it to events, I feel like we're gonna like bump into things. We're gonna hit things, and
we're gonna beat each other up.
You're gonna break it in.
Yeah, 100%.
Have it fit your shoulder a little bit, which is one of the benefits of leather armor.
True.
Because
I mean, it's just like any leather belt you buy. When you first get it, they're
perfect
stiff,
example. Perfect
right?
example.
Anytime you get them stiff, and as you keep wearing, they start to wear down. And
The quality belts, anyway.
Good quality belts. So yeah. But that's it. Our first project technically done. Like I said, we'll do some more aesthetic stuff. We'll show that later.
Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes.
You know what we're gonna do is, I haven't told Eamon this yet. I'm gonna make him dress up in his full cosplay here, and we're gonna get pictures. We're gonna get videos.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're gonna post them on those different platforms. So if you want to see this baby in action,
Yeah.
okay, definitely make sure you follow those other things. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube as well. Because not only are we going to keep showing this little bad boy, not only are we going to be posting updates to the events that we go to,
Yep.
but we are also going to be doing future leather armor events, right?
Yep.
We're going to be making a pauldron for me as well,
Yep.
so that we can have
A little different style.
warder.
Think different.
Yeah, we're going to have warder cosplays.
Yep.
Once again, warders from the Wheel of Time, personal bodyguards of Aes Sedai. Aes Sedai are women who can use magic. They're warriors, they're diplomats, they're advisors to royalty. They are also skiving and conniving little politicians. So it's actually a pretty cool little mix. If you haven't read The Wheel of Time, you should. Go get the first book. It's called The Eye of the World, and it is by Robert Jordan. Once you get to book 6 and you're introduced to the Black Tower, and you know how awesome the Ashman of the Black Tower are, you can go over to YouTube and follow the Black Tower podcast, which is another show that I'm a part of.
Yes.
And the whole
Great
focus
show.
is on the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Is
But
there
yeah.
anything else?
I don't know. Just make sure you're following us everywhere, because we also have side projects we're not going to
True.
show here, because
True.
we obviously have a lot of other things we do throughout the week. I know one I'm going to recently, so if you are following our TikTok, and if you're not, go ahead and go do that, because I unveiled this. I got this in a box this week.
Oh, sweet.
I bought it. I love it. It is a beautiful Viking style blade from OdinsTreasure.com. If you haven't gone and checked out their website, you should. I love their product. But the one thing I didn't like, and this is not a dig at Odin's Treasure, they are doing what they do, was the sheath that came with it. This is, if you can kind of tell, it's basically foam with like leather wrapped around it.
It's a pleather.
It's a pleather sheath.
Yeah.
It works for the blade as it is, but also, if you can tell, there's no way to connect this to myself.
That's true.
It doesn't have that. So what I'm going to do,
So we got a project.
and I'm going to throw it on TikTok and our Instagram so you can follow along as I'm doing it on my other off time. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to use it as a template to fit this blade. So I already have something that works, right?
Good.
And then make a new leather sheath that I can actually use to attach this to my Viking cosplay that I've already built.
Perfect.
Right?
Yep.
So
Perfect.
So
So okay,
good.
so I'm gonna say that's a success story. We have lessons learned. We have a completed pauldron. If you have any questions about what kinds of things, what kinds of challenges or what kinds of costs that we have, leave them in the comments below. The whole purpose, mission, and aim of this series is to show you the building of this cosplay step by step.
Yeah.
We want to show you as someone like you, someone who's probably never done this before, what it takes, what it's like, what kinds of things that we need to learn, and if you're paying attention, how quickly you can improve the work that you're doing.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully, if you're watching this, you can learn some of those lessons from us.
So you don't make
that
the same mistake.
if you set out to make your own leather pauldron, which who doesn't want their own leather pauldron? You can watch our cosplay series and see the lessons that we're going to learn. Now, this is our first Pauldron, and I think it's turned out smashing.
I love it.
I love it so much. I'm
way better than
I'm so
envisioned
stoked,
even.
right? But guess what? We're going to start our second Pauldron. We're going to learn lessons on that too.
Yeah.
Because part of this is it's a never-ending learning process.
100%.
You can't just pick something up one day, do it perfectly, and call it a day. And other YouTube channels out there, I'm not throwing shade. I think they're great. One of the inspirations for this segment was a Skill Tree.
Skill Tree.
Skill
He's
Tree.
Amazing.
Dude is amazingly talented. Look, this is not shade at all. But I think Skill Tree has sort of the format of, I'm going to do this thing. Look, I did it, and it's perfect. The man is obviously extremely talented. We don't want to present to you from the perspective of someone who's extremely talented. We're hoping to learn a lot of these lessons so that maybe 3 years from now, we might be turning out leather projects or EVA foam projects or 3D printing projects. Yeah, things coming in the future. We might be turning them out real quick, but it's only because we've been practicing these skills that we're learning right now.
Yeah.
So once again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you ring the bell so that you can see all of our progress coming, all the lessons that we're learning as well, and so that we can make mistakes for you.
Exactly. And like I said, with his Pauldron, we are going to build it just like this. We're going to skip some of the steps that we did. This was basics.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try some more extreme stuff with maybe carving some design into it and actually building out a different way.
Yes.
Furs attaching to it, how we do that, sewing, things of that nature. So we're still building skills. But if you want to see from the very first start, go back to our first videos and view those and catch up with us.
Cosplay playlist. Cosplay playlist.
And like I said, we're still going to continue out. We're still trying to build the Geekly Weekly, which he'll take care of on the weeks that I'm not here. I am an every other week kind of guy due to work scheduling. And then other things we're going to bring in, other cosplayers, different people. We're going to start interviewing. I got a really good friend who's building a comic book I'm hoping to bring in, and we're going to build that up because it's going to be cool, right? Anything geeking and nerdy.
A new comic book.
That's never been thought of. It's
that's
so
awesome. And he kind of showed the basics of it, and I'm excited.
I'm excited. I want to read it.
I can't wait to read it.
Right. So
I'm stupid excited.
we're gonna start building that stuff out. If you have anything else you think we should delve into, so you can watch us mess it up, and then build off it yourself, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you want to see us do on the show. We're all about building for you guys. So
Facts. No cap.
No cap facts.
No
So,
cap facts.
I think we have a very successful...
I think too. I'm going to call it a success. I'm going to say Slanja and good night to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Thank you so much for being here, liking and subscribing. We are so grateful to you for that. And we hope that wherever you are, you leave here just a little bit more geeky than you were. From all of us here at Two Geeks, I have been Josh.
I have been Eamon, and stay geeky, my friends.